time, fool.
Hey, if you like what you see, subscribe, like, and share.
In the DMV and we work. The podcast is cool, but they not like us. Talking real DC, so what's up? Hey, from PG to Moco, fly shit, go, go.
What's going on, good people? And welcome to Foots Tuesday. Foots Tuesday is a podcast that I put together once I realized that the homies was coming over every Tuesday to partake in some adult libations as we get lit and we talk shit about basketball. Hey, and occasionally we have a guest, but not just any guest. We're talking about Maryland's royalty, the DMV's finest basketball coaches, as well as its up-and-coming stars. But before I tell you about the star that's here on the south side of Washington, D.C., they're sitting in the big chair, let me salute All Stars Investments. Kobe Sullivan has been giving back to the community since 2019. And now, from Friendly High School, Chris Howard!
Thanks for having me, man.
Man, Chris, thank you, my friend. I appreciate this, man. Listen, me and you played in a couple of leagues in Trinidad with Kobe, and they introduced you as Chris Howard.
Yes, sir.
Not Chris, no nickname, but as your government. And then once I started looking up your stats, I say, oh my God, why does this man not have a nickname? What happened to the nickname?
I have a few nicknames, like inside the government. They call me the teacher. In high school, I was called B2WG. That stands for Born to Win Games.
Come on.
But I take more honor in just being called Chris Howard.
Nice.
That's what made me. That's what I stand on.
Okay.
That's me as a person. That defines who I am. You know, so you don't need a nickname.
Is that personal? I mean, is that mom or dad? I mean, a tribute to them, or is that just you?
It's just me, honestly.
Okay.
But I lost my father and took on his last name. Name used to be Christopher Webb.
Yeah.
And then when my dad died, I took on Howard. So I took on the name Christopher Howard after my father, his last name.
Okay.
And it always been something that I just wanted to keep pushing in the forefront, carry that name and build the legacy and everything like that. So it does have some meaning to it.
Yeah, sure. But you got to think about this. In Friendly, you're talking about 7 guys that were all mad.
Yeah.
That's it. In the history of Friendly High School, and you one of those guys.
Yeah, we was deep. I had 2 great years there. My junior year, we went undefeated. Senior year, we lost the game and had to forfeit the game because we played some military school. So they were saying had to forfeit the game. But all 4 years of high school, I lost 1 game.
Oh my
In the damn
God!
league.
Come on. You couldn't have been the sole reason for losing 1 game.
Nah, we lost to O'Connell, and it was early in the year, first game of the year.
Yeah.
So I feel like if we would have seen them anywhere else during the season, we would have went undefeated.
Who were some of the guys that played with you though?
I had Sam Young, who's a legend out of this area. Played for the Memphis Grizzlies, went to the University of Pittsburgh. We played against each other in college, just like my best friend.
Yeah.
Lloyd Phillips was the 2 guard, was extremely good. Trevor Jackson. We had Calvin Hampton. We had Justin Jack, who was Jerry Jack's little brother.
Little brother, yeah, okay.
We had a guy named Maurice from New Jersey, that transferred up this way. We had Joe Hayden, plays with the Cleveland Browns and retired now. We had some studs coming up out of that program. And shout out to Coach Gerald Moore, who passed away. Was our head coach. One of the greatest people that I've ever met in my life. His motivation. He's the Deion Sanders to me.
Wow. Okay.
Right now.
Yeah.
You know, that mentality, it make you think you can run through a brick wall, which is impossible. You know what I'm saying? But
you
will
gonna
try
that
for sure. So we had some heavy hitters during that time, man.
So when you think all Met, sometimes people associate it with DC basketball only.
Yeah.
You know, but we know Maryland have guys that were all Met.
Yes.
You were one of them. We know Virginia had guys that were all Met. Does it bother me? No. We know all Met solidifies you in the college ranks. You know, coaches come to get you if you got that attached to you. But in the city, here, in the DMV, are you respected on the same level as DC All-Metters, as Virginia All-Metters?
Yeah, I believe it's a natural found respect. I think a lot of that is because I went to battle against some of them.
Okay.
I seen the Trey Kellys, I seen the Earl Rigsby's, the Eric Prices, battled the Dunbars. So I think there's a natural found respect, legend to legend, of what I'm capable of and me knowing what you're capable of. Me personally, I hate how we break down DMV.
Talk about
you know what I mean? I believe we all human. You put your pants on just like me.
Right.
Man respect man. You know what I mean? I grew up in Maryland, but I had no problem coming across 295 and go to DC and handle business. I had no problem going across the bridge from 703 area and handle my business.
Right.
As long as man respects man, we all from the same, pot of.
That's a dope way to look at it. I appreciate that.
I hear, DMV is in the water was the thing when we played during our time, and it was in the water, but we all drinking the same water.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I carry myself as a man. I try to be respectful across the board, but between them lines, I'm serious. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what side of the bridge you on. As long as you carry yourself a certain way between them lines, I'm gonna respect you.
You talking about in high school? You talking about averaging a double-double?
Yeah.
Your junior and senior year, back-to-back state championships. The friggin' leader on the court. I mean, come on. I mean, tell us about tell us about high school. How you were treated in high school.
High school was a dream, man. I went to DeMatha my freshman year. As a freshman there, didn't lose no game there either. Didn't handle my business mature-wise for going to private school. So I got put out of there and ended up going to Virginia, where I actually lived in the Virginia side for a minute, but couldn't go to school because I got expelled. So you know how you have to relocate when you get expelled. You can't go to a Maryland school.
Right.
So I relocated and I set out my sophomore year. I didn't play basketball, and that was a humbling experience for me. You know that you be on the highest of highs and it can be taken away like that.
Yeah.
For decisions, for grades, for attitude, whatever it is. And that's when I met Coach Moore and decided to attend friendly. And that was surreal. Like, I can't even explain. I wish it was a documentary out of how we carried ourselves, how we had games sold out at 4 o'clock. Like, I'm talking about standing room only, wherever we went. And it was a show. Like, we had some guys that's special, like, that's really, like, you would have to really see it to believe what we was doing in games. And I like to watch now, but I don't feel it like, it's not the same atmosphere, it's not the same juice. And that's maybe because I'm not playing it as these high schoolers. But when we were coming up, it was a war. And, you enjoy that.
Yeah.
We call that the art of war.
The art of war.
Yep.
Yeah. That competition. Tell me this. Tell me, you lettered 3 years.
Yep.
Can you explain to us what you're a letter winner? I'm sorry. Can you explain to us what letter winners are? It may sound like a silly question, but
I think it's just a part of your DNA. I don't think you just wake up and get lucky to do that. It's not. You don't hit the lotto 3 times.
Not at
You know
all.
what I mean? So I just believe it's a part of my DNA from when I was little. The habits my mom instilled in me, the work ethic.
Okay.
I worked hard for everything I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something I want to tell everybody, that it ain't easy. To go undefeated. It ain't easy to win 2 state titles. It ain't easy to have 11 triple doubles. Like, people talk about Russell Westbrook.
We just gonna get into that. Yeah.
Like, Russell Westbrook averaged a triple double.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand how hard that is.
Right.
Just to average it. I only did it 11 times in 1 year, but to average it, what you put your body through, your mind through, to be unselfish and still be the man.
But that's hard work. Where does that come from? Where does that hard work come from? Well, I mean, I guess some people can be born with it. Some people can be taught it. They can be coaxed into you. Where does it come from?
One thing was my child. I had a kid in high school.
Oh, okay.
My daughter.
Okay.
She's 20 now. Aaliyah goes to Savannah State. Plays ball as well.
Oh,
I had her my senior year, and for me not to make it, I let her down.
Yeah.
So that was my motivation and drive behind everything. Like, I can't let you not see me be successful.
Yeah.
I want, like, now she's 20, she can go read an article of what my dad did, or I can go Google my father's name and see. So now it means something. In that moment, that same meaning was with me. It just didn't hit her yet. You know what I mean? So that's the bigger picture for me. And I always wanted to make my mother proud. That's, my mom's like, she was my father and my mother.
Okay.
So it was a matter of me trying to create a life that I wanted her to be able to celebrate and have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And almost 40 now, it's like I'm starting to enjoy life because I was living for her for so long, trying to just make you proud. What can I do to help you out? How can I make your life easier? And basketball was the tool.
Did she get that though? Did she understand what you were doing?
For sure. My mother, she lives a good life still today because of me and basketball.
Okay.
You know, when I got out of basketball, I played overseas, did all of that, went to college, and then I got into security, and then I did basketball training. But I've always been the one to take care of my mother.
Nice.
Still to this day. So if it wasn't for basketball, I wouldn't be able to do it. But I also believe basketball has shaped me in other areas outside of the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing to get up at 5 in the morning and go grind, because that's what I did in basketball.
There's somebody out here in the city, man, that you done destroyed, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's some people, and I say it humbly, but as a man, you know if you've lined up against me before.
Ooh. Okay.
Like, this generation now is kind of, you see them post each other, the kids, my friend.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be nobody's friend.
Zero. Right.
Because when we line in between them lines, I don't want you to think we cool to the point where I'm going to take it easy, or I'm not trying to go at you.
Yeah.
Like, I want to, when I come in, I want you nervous. Like, damn, I got to go get friendly. I got Chris Howard tonight. That was my intent. Way before anything. Didn't want to be the guy, hey, he's nice, cool, shake your hand. Nah, we don't need that right now.
You were you were, I mean, we talking about, you played 33 games, 3 years of your college career. I mean, you know, you consistently got better each year. That's attributed to the hard work you put in. That's attributed to your dog. That's attributed to the coach that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
It's just habits, man. It's something that's it comes along with understanding the grind. It comes along with a saying that I have that is simple. Like, my mindset always was stuck on trying to give 1% more every day.
Right.
Don't look at 100%. We'll go 1%.
1%.
So my whole slogan now with life is just 1%. As long as I keep getting 1%, the average person's not going to do it every day.
Right.
So eventually I'm slowly getting ahead. I'm slowly, then before you know it, I'm 150% ahead of you.
Yeah.
Just because I stay consistent 150 days.
But let's just talk about assists.
Yep.
And I typically don't go to notes, but I had to go to notes because it was so many. It was so many stats. You're a stat stuffer. Do you want to talk? You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Being a stat stuffer.
Stat stuff is like the Russell Westbrook thing, and reason why I love people like that. It comes with an unselfishness. You know, seeing the bigger picture. I feel like I don't mind getting other people involved in the game,
Right.
as long as we're winning, because at the end we're all gonna celebrate.
Yes, indeed.
And I guess all the accolades that I possibly could have won, I got them eventually. So
Through the wins or
the wins, the respect is more than anything.
yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact, you ask 10 guys that played with me, they'll tell you I'm one of the best point guards they ever played. That's better than a win.
Talk your shit.
No, that's better than a win.
No, facts, yeah.
You can go ask 10 people that have played basketball with Chris Howard, and if all 10 will tell you, he's one of the, if not the best point guard I've ever played with. I'll take that over anyone.
And you're talking about coming from an area
That's loaded.
with point guards. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's dope. That's dope. So we're talking about 06, 07. After only playing 14 games, you still ranked second in the Big East. The Big East, we talking about official bump.
Yeah.
But in league games only. Then you're talking about 07, 08. You led the team. I'm sorry. The team I'm talking about is USF.
Yes, sir.
University of South Florida. My bad.
A lot of people don't, like I don't get into really, let's say, dropping my nuts.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
use that.
Go ahead.
Like drag your nuts or fronting or stunting or whatever. But I came off 2 ACL injuries during that time.
Yeah. That's why you played 14
And
games that 1 year.
They're saying the Big East,
Yeah.
which is the #1 conference in college basketball. You name the point guards, they was there. Marcus Williams, Randy Foy, Kyle Lowry, Vance Fields, Johnny Flynn, just name them.
Uh-huh.
And I'm literally on one leg. And you second. I was so close to first. I really want to say I was first, but just off of that alone.
Uh-huh.
But I think somebody had like 5.6. I may have been like at 5.2 or something like that. But to be amongst that and be able to do it as a contestant myself, like I can look back on that and be like, yeah, you was one of them.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Dion called them dogs.
Yeah, for sure. And it just, I don't know, all of that stuff that prepared me for those moments of coming off 2 ACL injuries and still being able to compete at a high level, it could just back when I was a kid, man. Like, I didn't back down from nothing.
No.
Mom didn't let me, dad didn't let me, friends didn't let me. And it just carried over a mentality of what you call a dog. That's in you. That ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't nobody, you can work out, you can do all the cone drills, you can run around the block 100 times. You ain't got no dog in you, it ain't no dog in you. I don't care what you're doing.
Oh, it takes a level of commitment and a knowledge of who you are on that basketball court. So, I mean, I commend you, man. I mean, just the sheer fact that you can place legend, but I mean, I've started the podcast honestly because you see these little bitty trophies I got back here means nothing, but they my little bitty trophies.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
the sheer fact that you were, oh man, you led team, you led the Big East in this category or that category. You shut this person down. I think it's dope, man. I think it's dope that you had that commitment, that drive, that go get it. I'm gonna work hard regardless, man.
To be honest, it was just like looking back, and I don't really talk about it. I'm gonna give y'all a little snippet of this. I'm gonna go into this just a little bit.
Okay.
The drive was to be in the NBA.
Yeah.
And only few really make it. My best friend made it to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And God forbid, like, no knee injuries, I really believe I would have made it to the NBA.
Right.
That's me telling you 100% positive. I believe if I didn't tear my knee my freshman year, I would have did 1 year in college and been done. That's just being
One and done.
honest.
Right.
We had enough firepower at the university. We had enough players to compete in the Big East. All I had to do was hit a certain amount of numbers.
Yeah.
Like anybody else knows, if you average this and you average that, you gone. If you're playing in a certain conference. But to contest that, like, I believe in God. So everything happens for a reason.
Oh, for sure.
And I've been surrounded by some of the greatest players ever that really play this game. The Kevins, the Ty Lawsons, the Sam Youngs, and these are guys that still come and ask me for my brain or my opinion or on the game. So when you get that type of energy from those type of people,
Absolutely.
I made it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of me now pointing to the younger generation. And that's why my next chapter or next development is I want to be a player development coach. Or I want to be one of the #1 trainers in the world.
Okay.
So that's what we're chasing now.
Did you have an extensive pro career though? I mean, I know you didn't.
I did 2 years, and my daughter honestly started having problems here in the States.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of basketball or come home and be a father.
Right.
I choose to be a father.
Easy. That's easy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was cool. The basketball over there, it's so political though, man.
Gotcha.
You gotta have a strong mind and really be about the grind of that overseas life or that professional life, which I didn't have a problem with doing, but other priorities came in line that slow the train down.
So we'll get you out here on this DC rapid fire. Who's your favorite mystic?
Favorite mystic? I like the tall white girl. What's her name?
Della Dawn.
Yeah. She got a lot of stuff in her bag that, at her height, she could bring it up, she could pose, she could hit the three, she got a lot of stuff in her bag. I like her.
Versatile, like somebody you know.
Yes. Yes. That may be the reason why I like her. But yeah, I'm definitely on her train for sure.
Your favorite wizard?
Wizard of all time or
Yeah,
just wizard
all time.
period? Oh man. Wizard or bullet?
Same. It's the same, ain't it?
Yeah, with the name switch.
Yeah.
I'm going Rod Strickland.
Oh yeah.
Like,
The point guard picks out a point guard.
I worked out with Rod when I was in South Florida. Near Rod, used to be in the gym, quite heavy, and just his mind, his ability. If you ever watch highlights and everything, like, dude, serious.
Oh yeah.
Like, serious.
Can finish with any hand, fast as I don't know what. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Rod Strickland probably my favorite.
The most influential person, in your basketball career.
God.
Ooh.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's been some dark times, man, where, as a man, can't lean on mom.
Yeah.
So I gotta go up there with it.
Okay.
So, to me, like, tearing my ACLs back to back, having a kid, not being, in the city, I'm in Florida, she's here. There was some days that, if it wasn't for God, I probably wouldn't have been.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
That's definitely the person that I leaned on.
Oh man. Your favorite go-go band?
Go back.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Look, quick.
Easy. That's easy.
B, I'm gonna throw them off. Real quick. DC's greatest point guard.
Me.
Come
Me.
on. I figured it. I love it.
Gotta say me.
Oh man. Hey B, you got something?
Yeah, talk about some of your most memorable high school matchups, like who you went against in high school.
Jeez. One of the people that I look up to that don't get talked about often, Steve Harden. Went to Crossland. Probably one of the most prolific scorers that I used to face and play with, had a pleasure of playing with. I take my hat off to him. Take my hat off to Father and Campbell, who was in the Final Four. George Mason from Springbrook. Other battles that I really, really respected and really, Trey Kelly at Dunbar. Definitely comes with a different type of pedigree, not your average dog. And then I'm gonna give you one more. One of my toughest battles, probably with Sam Young, my teammate. Going against him every day in practice, fighting, lifting, push-ups. Definitely a different pedigree. I go in the foxhole with the man anytime.
You were already a dog, or he helped you become a dog?
Nah, I was alright.
Love it. Oh man. You good, B?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Foots Tuesday.